A story begins not with a word, but with a need. Before the modern age, the world was raw, disconnected, waiting to be shaped.
Andrew J. Beard. He saw the lethal space between two freight cars, a space where men were crushed.
He invented the automatic car coupler, a device allowing steel to meet steel without a human life hanging in the balance. It saved countless limbs and countless lives. Sarah E. Good. She saw the city collapsing in on itself, families living in a single room. She folded the future into the present with the cabinet bed. By day, a desk. By night, a place to rest. A revolution in a box for those with no space to spare.
The bedrock of daily life was laid, piece by silent piece. The folding ironing board, the street mailbox, the ice cream scoop, each a quiet revolution, born from an unspoken need.
Then a new need arose, for connection, for a current that could run through everything.
Mark Dean, a pioneer who helped build the mind of the machine.
He co-created the architecture that allowed computers to connect to the outside world, to printers, to modems. He led the team that broke the gigahertz barrier, chasing the very speed of thought. Marion Croak, a visionary who heard the limits of a world bound by copper wire. She taught the network how to speak. She pioneered the technology that turns a voice into data and sends it across the globe in an instant.
Philip Emeagwali, a man who saw problems too vast for a single mind to solve. He harnessed the power of thousands. His work taught processors to think as one, giving the supercomputer the power to tackle the world's most complex questions. With the Earth connected, humanity looked up.
A line had to be drawn to the moon by the calculations of Katherine Johnson. A barrier of sound had to be broken, using data from Mary Jackson's wind tunnels. A new language had to be written and taught by Dorothy Vaughan.
George Carruthers, an inventor who gave humanity a new set of eyes.
He built the ultraviolet camera that flew on Apollo 16, allowing us to see the cosmos burning in a light never before witnessed by human eyes.
Warren Washington, a scientist who turned his gaze from the stars back to the Earth.
He looked down at the currents of the air and the patterns of the weather. He developed some of the very first atmospheric computer models, building the code to predict the future of our planet. And the final frontier was not in the stars, but in the self. Charles Drew, a surgeon who saw life slipping away on the battlefield. He created the system to save it, a process for preserving, storing, and distributing blood plasma. He built the first blood banks, the logistics of life itself, a river of plasma that could be shared. Kizzmekia Corbett. She stood at the vanguard of immunology as a global plague descended. She led the team that designed the Moderna COVID-19 vaccine, deciphering the key to a world in crisis. This was not the work of a few. It was the work of an unseen nation, a legacy forged over 400 years, written not in history books, but in the